are you?
By the grace of God, I'm also doing well.
We thank God.
Yeah. Well, let me start with, because this is for a lot of people, there's a lot of counseling that happens in the church before marriage.
Yeah.
So from what perspective are you approaching this counseling? Are you seeing it as a prerequisite to the success of the marriage, or you just see it as relevant to guiding the people who are going into it?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sena. And Amelosi and all the people in there and your wonderful listeners and viewers. In fact, when a scout finds a good footballer, the footballer still goes through training to know how to blend with the team to achieve a goal. I am saying this because we have to look at counseling in two contexts. Not all people that get married are educated. Not all people that get married are educated. And we have more married people that are uneducated with stable marriages. I can tell you on authority than those who are married and are educated. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So now, the reason why counseling is very, very necessary is because you need to have an idea. Why do we go to school? To have an idea of what life contains. I have come to realize that no two marriages are the same. Counseling just gives you an idea of what to expect, but marriage gives you an experience which are not the same. Counseling gives you an idea of what to expect, but when you marry, then you get the in the field or on the field experience. 3, if you have not decided, if you are not determined to make it work, no amount of counseling can bring success to the marriage. So it begins with the both of you. Do you really want to stay together? Now, 3 or 4, when you get the counseling, it gives you the chance to kind of win your challenges faster because you have a formula to apply. Like having a blunt axe, you need more strength. But if it is sharpened, you just apply a little strength, then you win. So all I'll say is you need it before, you need it during, and you need it after. You need counseling. It's very, very necessary.
Yeah. And the after will be?
The after will be the challenges that you encounter.
Okay.
Because you see, marriage counseling is not only when it is all goody-goody. It's also necessary when it is all body-body. People can get married, get divorced, go their way. After 3-4 years, they come back and they reconcile. So when it comes to counseling, it gives you an idea before, during, and after. It's very necessary. You need it. But the most valuable counseling you need is the counseling of life experience. I always tell my young ladies, make sure you have somebody 60 years and above to be your counselor. Make sure you have somebody 60 years and above as a gentleman to be your counselor. Because life experiences are most of the times better to learn from than book experience.
So it goes beyond what you do, but what you do in the church. Mm-hmm. How does it happen? At what point? Because sometimes you go and say, oh, I want to get married. And then they say, you must go through counseling first. So how does it work?
It begins with the institution of marriage. Where did we take it from? As Christians, it's from the Bible. So what is the formula? You understand? The Bible says it is not good for the man to be alone. So the man should know the good that comes when he has a helpmeet. The woman should know the good she's bringing to help the man meet. That is where it begins from. I earlier on was listening. I was driving on my way to the studio, but looking at the traffic and where I was, I couldn't get there at the right time. Because from Dodowa to Adenta should have taken 30 minutes. I tell you, when your lady was saying 1 hour, 13 minutes, I had set us off and 1 hour was already gone, and it took me another hour and a half to complete the distance. She said 1 hour, 13 minutes. So I listened to the counselor and the psychologist you interviewed. You see, marriage has a spiritual aspect and physical aspect. Counseling takes care of the physical aspects. When you negate God factor from it, the spiritual aspect takes it to another level. And the church must take care of the spiritual aspect and help you understand the biblical procedure in marrying. But what I normally do in Believers House of Worship International is to create an atmosphere for both families to know you very well. For the man's family to know the lady, the lady's family to know the gentleman's, and all that. So it is a family thing, not a church thing. Can I say that again?
Okay.
Marriage is a family thing, not a church thing.
So you involve the family?
Seriously. I involve the family seriously.
Why is that important to the process for you?
The couple are not marrying into the church. They are marrying into a family. Yes, the church is a family. But how many days, how many hours, how many minutes do you stay in the church? And when there is a crisis, it goes to the family first. Either the brother of the lady, the sister of the lady, or both of the gentleman. So if you negate family, and that is where we need to look at again, if you take the family aspect out of marriage and you take all over as the church, a time will come the church, you will need the family to sort things out. Abraham showed where a woman should be picked for Isaac. He didn't show where the altar he meets God was. Isaac showed where Jacob can find a wife. He didn't show Jacob where to find the altar to worship God. So the God aspect is what you are trained and raised with. But the marital, the physical aspect is the involvement of the family. The more we take family out, the more problems we will have, no matter the counseling we give. At the bottom of the counseling, Senna, we are Africans. We are not Americans. At the bottom of the counseling, you will discover that it is molding you to have an American life in marriage, not an African style of marriage. It does not necessarily mean the kind of marriage where the woman is suppressed. No. So when it comes to counseling, family plays a major role, pastors play a major role, counselors play a major role. But the greatest of all the role is played by those who want to marry. You can counsel, and if they still don't want to take the counseling, it wouldn't work for them.
So the success of a marriage for you depends on the two people.
That's all. Thank you. That is all. That is all.
But counseling is important.
Make a marriage work. It just gives you an idea of what to expect and how to do what to do when what you are expecting happens. But if you don't follow it, will it work?
But sometimes you're giving somebody an idea of what to expect. What if what you tell them they should be expecting is not what happens?
Now, at least you have given them an idea that something will happen. Something will happen. So at least when it is not what you said that happened, still they know that they have been informed that something will happen. But still, it is up to the two of them to make it work or let it fail.
Hello, Counselor.
Yeah,
Yes,
Reverend, please, I have a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, you said something. I'm coming to see the counselor because I want to use that as a guide. And then you mentioned that counseling is necessary because you need it before and after.
Yeah.
After, in the sense that, if you encounter issues, you still need to go back to your counselor. My question is, in the first place, I came to you so I don't encounter those problems. That's why I'm talking to you in the first place. So why do I finish, encounter them, and have to come back?
Okay, madam, it's very simple. When the footballers go on halftime, were they not taught what to do by the coach? But you still have coaches on the touchline changing things for that can counter whatever the opposing team is doing. You may counsel, but do you know that some 15, 20, 25 years ago, Peugeot 404 was the top-notch car? So I will be talking with that mindset of what is going on at that time. Today, we have V8s that are everything, how do you call it? AI, artificial intelligence. So if you encounter something different from what you've been told, you have it in your mind that my counselor knows better. Let me go to the counselor to help me navigate through this storm that I wasn't prepared for.
But say,
yes, ma'am.
Now, like what you said, when you have people on the pitch, you just made my point so clear. My point is this. Now, you're giving me theory to go and play this match.
That's right.
Now, when I'm finally on the pitch and the ball is coming to me, I'm really not thinking of what you said. Because now the ball is hitting me straight in the face. But you said to me, when the ball is coming to your face, try and bend down and kick it with your head. Now the ball is so close that I don't even have time to think. So to me, I feel that the practical is more important because regardless the theory.
So in that case, when the ball hits you, next time when it's coming, you remember what you were taught. And you will prepare for the arrival of the ball. I'm using your own illustration to answer you.
But that's why I said I came to you purposely to fix the problem that when I go on the pitch.
When the ball is coming, do this. But you forgot what I said, listening to what you said.
No, I didn't forget.
Education is what remains after all that has been learned is forgotten. Definitely, you will not have it 100% by what the counselor taught you. But it gives you an idea. You can't get the whole thing that you were taught during counseling after marriage. You can never get it. No pastor can quote the Bible from Genesis 1 to Revelation. But still, it does not negate the fact that you are a pastor. Same way, it does not negate the fact that you have been counseled. But the education you acquired through counseling is the one that has remained in your memory that you keep applying. So the ones you don't remember, when they hit you, you consult. Even doctors get sick, don't they?
Reverend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm humbled.
Yeah. Reverend Abraham Lamptey is a voice you know quite well on Radio Gold. He is the founder, general overseer, Believers House of Worship International. And, well, Aisha.